Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to my live today, my 30-day wellness series on self-care. So, self-care is so important, and I'm Madeline. I am a nurse, a yoga instructor, a meditation and mindfulness teacher. And today we're going to delve into effective communication skills for busy working women. So, communication is so important when we're taking care of ourselves. If we can't express our needs and our desires, how can we get them met? So, being able to express your feelings and your desires is so important, professionally and personally. In our work life, we need to be able to communicate to get the job done effectively and to set boundaries in both relationships, personal and professional, in order to communicate your boundaries and have healthy boundaries. So there are different communication styles. So we're going to go over those. There are four different communication styles. There's assertive, passive, aggressive, and passive aggressive. So let's just delve into them a little bit. So let's start with aggressive communication. I'm sorry, assertive communication. Let's start with assertive communication, where they express their thoughts, feelings, and needs directly and respectfully. And this style enforces healthy relationships, encourages open dialogue, and promotes mutual respect. So, this is a very healthy way of communicating. You want to promote open dialogue and have mutual respect on both sides. And then there's the passive communicator who tends to avoid expressing their own needs and desires and often prioritizes others over themselves. So they're not getting their needs met. They often become frustrated and feel misunderstood or can lead to misunderstandings, and their needs aren't met. So there can be resentment and frustration from that. And next we have aggressive. Aggressive. We all know the bully, somebody that likes to yell to get their own way and can even be with their body language forceful. So aggressive communicators express their thoughts and feelings in a forceful and hostile manner, often disregarding others' feelings and needs. So it's about them. And this aggressive communication can damage relationships and create a toxic atmosphere leading to conflict. And you can definitely see how that can happen if somebody's aggressive and nasty. Um, or it can be threatening. People can feel threatened. And then last but not least is the passive aggressive communicator. They express their anger or frustration indirectly and often through sarcasm, procrastination, or subtle undermining behaviors. So all know somebody like this who can be very sarcastic, and they're frustrated. They're not getting they don't know how to communicate what they want, what they need. This style can create confusion, mistrust, unresolved tension in relationships. In the workplace, passive aggressive behavior can hinder teamwork, create negative atmosphere, and lead to communication breakdowns. So, those are the four communication styles. So now we want to think about what style you have. I'm going to ask a couple of questions for each style, and I recommend that you journal on this and figure out what style you are and what style you want to be. I believe assertiveness is the healthiest style. You communicate clearly and calmly and get a point across your point. But anyway, so here are the questions to do your self-assessment on your communication style. Assertiveness. Do you feel comfortable expressing your thoughts and feelings to others? How do you handle situations where you disagree with someone? For passiveness, do you often find yourself going along with what others want, even if you disagree? How often do you feel your needs are not being met in a conversation or decision? And then aggressiveness. Do you often find yourself raising your voice or using strong language when frustrated? How do others react when you're expressing your thoughts and feelings? So really keying in to notice when you're communicating, what is the reaction of the person you're communicating to? And then passive aggressive, do you find yourself using sarcasm or indirect comments to express your frustrations? How do you behave when someone asks you to do something you don't want to do? So just contemplate these, and journaling is a great way to just write down the four different types of communication style and journal about how you use them and what you feel the method your default is. And if you need to change that, if you want to change it. And when you're going into a situation where you're communicating and you have go over it in your head. If you have to communicate an important idea, rehearse it in your mind, go over it, and use I statements. I feel, I would like, this is what I need. So you're not getting them in a defensive manner when you say you did this or you. It puts people on the defensive. So keep it to I statements. And you can always pause. Take a pause, breathe, take a deep breath, and go on. It's okay to pause and breathe. So the other side of the coin, we're communicating. The other side of the coin is listening. So active listening defined. Active listening is the intentional process of fully concentrating on understanding, responding to, and remembering what someone is saying. So you're not thinking about what you're going to say next or what you have to do that day. You're focusing on the person and you're listening to what they have to say. So you're giving the key components of active listening: attention, giving the person your full attention; empathy, walking in their shoes. How are they feeling? How would I feel if I was in their situation? Clarification. So if you don't understand something that they're saying, ask for clarification. Can you explain that? Nonverbal cues. Again, body language says a lot. So key into the body language and use your body language. Lean in, nod your head so they know you're listening. And feedback. So, saying yes and giving positive feedback or just noticing what they're saying helps them to know that you're paying attention and you're listening. So, what are the benefits, or what is the importance of active listening? It builds trust and rapport. It enhances understanding. It encourages open dialogue. It facilitates problem solving. And it promotes emotional intelligence. All great benefits. So, active listening and effective communication. So, effective expression and active listening creates effective communication. So I hope this helps. And let's end and wrap it up with an affirmation and a little bit of breath work and a nice affirmation just to wrap it up so that we can all focus on communicating healthy and effectively. So finding a comfortable seat and just taking a couple of deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And again, deep inhale. And exhale. And we'll say this affirmation 3 times loudly, normal, and then softly. I communicate calmly and clearly, expressing my thoughts with confidence and ease. I communicate calmly and clearly, expressing my thoughts with confidence and ease. I communicate calmly and clearly, expressing my thoughts with confidence and ease. So let's all have a wonderful Sunday, and it's day 25, and tomorrow we'll have day 26 of the self-care 30-day series, and I hope you have a beautiful Sunday. See you tomorrow.